The Nigerian Senate has mandated its Committee on Interior to carry out a full-scale investigation into the causes of jailbreaks across the country. The upper chamber also resolved to summon the Minister of Interior, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, and the Comptroller General of the Nigerian Correctional Service, Haliru Nababa, to determine the status of correctional centers nationwide, with a view to finding out the challenges in order to prevent future recurrence. The report is here presented.
That 9 of the inmates were killed in the attack. One of the bandits was also killed. One officer lost his life during the attack. 252 inmates escaped and are now at large. 6 persons who are also inmates were fatally injured. 10 of the escapees have been rearrested, and out of the 252 inmates that escaped, 63 were condemned criminals who had been sentenced to death. 27 of them had already been convicted. 181 were awaiting trial. And the Senate is aware that the Jos Correctional Center is well fortified and surrounded by major security formations, and is indeed located in the center of the city of Jos. The Senate is further aware that the invaders walked through a security zone and broke through to have over 200 inmates escape from the center. Equally aware that the warders put up a fight against the invaders but were overwhelmed, leaving behind a slain warder in the person of Umar Mohammed, who lost his life in a gallant gun battle against the attackers.
Like I've said in so many discussions like this, we can only be able to address the security situation of Nigeria if we are real to ourselves. The current military or security personnel in total are inadequate to solve the Nigerian problem. Even under normal circumstances, when we are not fighting Boko Haram, we are not fighting the militancy, I think the security is grossly inadequate. And this responsibility goes to every person in Nigeria, the executive, the legislature, and even to some extent the judiciary. So in our own part, Mr. President, I think we need to do more. We need to appropriate and allocate more funding to security in our country, 1. 2, we need to provide for more hands. I have times without number raised the issue of inadequate personnel.
It is very saddening to have learned of what happened in Jos at the Correctional Center. And this draws our attention, really, to the fact that the correctional centers, that is our former prison system, is the weakest link in our criminal justice system in the country. We have had challenges, of course, with the police, we have challenges with the judiciary, but the correctional centers are the ones in which this country has not made the kind of investments that are required. This has happened not just in Jos. It took place in Kuje, it has taken place in Edo, it has taken place in Cotton Karfi, and so many other places you're going to know. It has become more or less a recurring decimal. So something really serious must be done to address the issue.
And accusations, abuses, either of government or security agencies or anybody will not help at this point. My suggestion, Mr. Senate President, and I've made two suggestions. One, can we create a special department here to address issues of intelligence gathering, to find out the resource? And secondly, it might look crazy, but I think what we're going through now is good enough to call up for a day or a week set aside by all Nigerians, parents, youths, everybody, to come out en masse wherever we find ourselves, in villages, in towns, senators going back home, federal house members going back home, ministers going back home. Let's go and address this issue of security and call a collective effort with traditional rulers, students, opinion molders, market people. We shall find solution to it.
It's unfortunate incident that has become more or less a recurring decimal is one that actually we must take head on. Mr. President, the point I would like to make here is that, like he said, the correctional service has remained the weakest link in our criminal justice system.